Hi Gemini, welcome to April, Aries season. To book a reading, all details in the description box, of course. Thank you for joining me, guys. Here we are, new zodiac cycle. 5 of Swords, Gemini. Conflict. Winning the battle, having the last word. You know, Gemini, I've been observing the Geminis in my life, and I've seen of late, whenever Gemini's not getting Gemini's way, the tone of voice gets louder, almost to, really engulf the room and intimidate. And while that might, fill you with a lot of adrenaline and excitement and hype and all the rest of it, I think the rest of us are sort of looking at it and just wondering where it's coming from. There's a lot of aggression, Gemini, that might need to be worked off. There might be a cause that you feel that you need to fight for. I would say, Gemini, pick your battles wisely. It's not the time for it. Venus goes into your sign. This is much awaited energy, Gemini. Venus goes into your sign, encompassing, of course, outside of Taurus and Libra, love, harmony, partnership, union, communion. 5 of Swords is not a good way, I think, to spend this energy. If there have been breakups, if there has been argumentation, if you've been surrounded by conflict recently, Gemini, Venus is here to refine some of the edges that you might have constructed. I ask you in April with this 5 of Swords to maybe look at refining, I think, some of those edges. Is it necessary? Is every battle worth it? Are you not exhausted by going to the battlefield every prompt? Venus wants to create love for you. Abundance as well as good health. It's all got its time. It all comes around when Venus is in one sign. 5 of Swords for me, however, is just saying, maybe look at this aggression. Maybe it's time to heal the toxicity. Maybe it's time to lower the voice and listen. Oh, wow. 5 of Wands. Not a lot of listening going on there at all, is there, Gemini? All this conflict, all this toxicity, all this arguing, all of this lack of structure, all of this just way too many opinions and not enough action. Juvenile, really. It's a bit immature. It is energy that's not going to be conducive to coming to any sort of conclusion or doing anything worth constructing. Thankfully, 6 of Swords gives you the opportunity, Gemini, to hopefully see what it is that you need to get away from. The conflict for sure. But maybe when this new cycle, when the sun goes into your sign, Gemini, if by then you're freed of a lot of your own toxic habits, you really stand a chance, Gemini, to put a lot of the conflict that your life might be in at the moment behind you. Knight of Wands. Fire energy, could be Aries season. Either way, I think you're about ready to get up on out of a lot of chaotic situations where I guess a lot of the hullabaloo might have been caused by you, Gemini. You're not going to stick around to clear it up? Okay. Look. There's a focus that needs to be had, and it might be outside of conflicts, it might be outside of bad breakups, it might be outside of really public, humiliating breakup situations and scenarios where the drama seems to escalate the situation more than it needs to be. Focus needs to come back on your money situation, on your bag, Gemini. Venus goes into your sign and does bless your finances. This, however, is creating structure, order, and routine, respecting the money, putting the work in to hold on to the money, because right now is a great time for you to create, and we all need somewhere to create from. Bring your attention off of the conflict and the drama, inciting drama, leaving bait traps. Get very in control of your energy. Get away from certain stuff that you know might not be serving you. This could be, you know, it could be vice versa. However it is, either way, there is something that you need to get away from. I think you are absolutely ready to get away from it. And when Venus goes into your sign in this Aries season, in this very fiery season, you get the motivation. You get motivated to take that responsibility of creating structure, order, routine, creating balance, respecting the money, putting in the work, as opposed to becoming part of a really self-fulfilling downward spiral that you might find yourself in when no one's looking. When it's not time for Gemini to put on the act for everyone, when Gemini gets a chance to be by themselves, you know, what is it that you're really creating for yourself amongst all of this conflict and aggravated behavior? Is it really worth it? Where at the end of the day, you're going to feel really quite alone and quite bad about yourself. The more you decide to push people away, the more you decide to perhaps not act from an emotionally intelligent place, the more aware you become of how you really need to get away from certain things, and how your focus really does need to be a lot more on your money. There's a lot of really high hopes for you in April, Gemini. There's a lot that you can accomplish whilst Venus is in your sign and it doesn't go into retrograde. The toxicity that you might be battling might be in regards to hopes and aspirations of marriage, ideas of what a perfect situation or perfect relationship should look like. And in that case, I will say to you, stop looking at things like you would wish them to be and actually look at things as they are. How are you going to take this and turn it into this? Well, Venus is going to help you. Oh, hello. Tarot card. Let it crumble. I think let your ego crumble a little bit as well, because it might have built up a false tower. One that was built on a really shaky foundation, Gemini. You get an opportunity when the North Node goes into your sign, which it promises to do a little bit later. When Venus is now in your sign, hopefully, should be around the time this video comes out. All this conflict, the loud voice, the opinions, the judgments. Conflict. It's time to change direction. It really is. The higher road, maybe, Gemini. I think you've already anticipated a breakup. I think you've already known that what you're building on really isn't going to be quite a sturdy structure if you're always there with the wands and the swords, knocking it and banging it and bringing it down, belittling it. And there's a lot of that coming from how you truly feel about yourself, Gemini. Like I said, you might as well put yourself in that Eight of Swords situation when you think no one is watching, but a lot of people might be looking at you and wondering what on earth is going on with you. And I think a lot of people can see those 8 swords. And I think with all of this conflict, this 5 and 5, very tumultuous energy, it's what's apparent here. all this conflict, is it necessary? What is it saying to people about you, and how are they responding and reacting to you, Gemini? Like I said, Venus comes into your sign. The Four of Swords might be, Four of Wands might even be something for you to reevaluate, relook at, definitely. But from a more balanced, wholesome, committed, dedicated, productive way. I've got the Lovers card and I've got the Empress card of Libra, Taurus, and Gemini yourself. Gemini. The Lovers card is your card. Love, harmony, union, partnership, soulmates, lovers, yay, bonding, commitment, love. The Empress card could be with a Libra, could be with a Taurus. Four of Wands. Venus coming into your sign could not have happened at a better time. Why do I say that? Because you were letting your own insecurities and toxicities play out in a way that was creating a lot of hullabaloo around you. False narratives that you may have led yourself down had meant that you might be letting yourself down. The involvement of others in this, it's all quite juvenile, and it really is something that you need to get away from rather quickly. Your attention needs to be on where you're going next. Your attention needs to be on your finances and how you go about managing your energy in a healthy, wholesome way. There doesn't need to be drama all the time. This is, it makes me laugh of how little understanding people have of Aries energy when they get hyped up and it's all about the conflict and the pettiness and spilling the tea and all of this garbage. Get in your Emperor energy, own your strengths and own your weaknesses and turn them into strengths. Either way, there's a bar that you need to, it's really in your energy. It really, really is in your energy. And I think your soul is desperately calling for it. The partnership that you seek, pregnancy, marriage, commitment even, real commitments, real bonds, real love. This is in your energy. It's obviously what you wish to create, and Venus gives you in April the chance to create it. An element of getting away from your own idea of what a fiery nature should be, perhaps. Taking that energy, taking all of that extra energy and not deliberately forcing it towards conflict. But chemistry here, there's a strong magnetic attraction. You get the chance, Gemini, to pull yourself, and I think towers are going to fall, and it might be about time that certain things came down. Saturn in Aquarius is changing up structures. Whatever happens, like I said to you previously, it might not be easy, but it really gives you a chance to get right back on track with what it is that you truly want. Outside of drama, outside of all of that extra behavior. But anyway, chemistry, look. There is the possibility of creating a revival within a marriage, and it could involve a pregnancy, an unexpected pregnancy perhaps. I say that because chemistry makes me think of pregnancy tests. I really do. I'm feeling pregnancy here for some people. Passion and playfulness. Channel these energies, and I don't think it's going to be difficult for you to do so while Venus is in your sign. These are your strengths in April. Passion and playfulness, Gemini. Let yourself off the hook. Let everybody else off the hook. Please relook at your priorities. Money needs to come. Finances need to come. Your direction needs to be readdressed. Where are you going? If you're really genuinely, truly seeking that love, soulmate energy, it's right there for you in April. Channel into your playfulness. As for passion, I think you get a really good chance for Venus going into your sign this month. Passion. Full moon. Libra full moon. Fellow air energy. Use it, Gemini, to work on certain habits that haven't been serving you. The more you channel into a light-hearted energy and a light-hearted approach to love, meaning not this, basically. 5 of Swords, 5 of Wands, not this. Towers are going to have to fall. And it's about time, because it was kind of leading you down a really toxic route. Playfulness and passion and chemistry. The energy's all there. The Angels of Atlantis card I have for you is Hope with Angel Hanael. The gem here is Ruby, and that is a dove. I suggest that you get grounded, and I would definitely use the Ruby gemstone to help you channel some of this aggression. Let's have one more Angels of Atlantis card for Gemini for the month of April to give a good outcome of what Gemini can work with in terms of energy for this month. I have here Metatron, Divine Intelligence. The sun will be falling into Gemini in not too long. There is something that needs silencing in your life, in your mind. A lot of it has to do with drama and clutter and pettiness and seeking out aggravated exchanges. Calm that energy, Gemini. Tune into your higher self. I think there will be a lot of things making themselves apparent to you. Epiphanies. A lot of stuff that you get to learn about yourself this month. Where you've been going, how that might not be leading you where you want to go, and how you might need to take the chance by channeling in some of this more light-hearted lover's energy, getting a bit focused and committed to your work, and getting excited about an actual direction that you want to move in. Use that Gemini mind for brilliance, not for low vibrational stuff that's making a lot of people very combative towards you, or just wanting to get away from you. Either way, it's leaving you in a very just toxic and unhealthy place. Let's get out of that. Get that brain going. Get those brain juices going. Hope and Divine Intelligence, Gemini. This month really opens the door for you to meet that soulmate. If you haven't already. If this is your baby daddy, or if this is your baby mummy, I'm really being guided to say work on what you have. Cut your own toxicity and work on what you have. Reignite the play, reignite the passion. There's a strong magnetic attraction here, don't ignore it. And playfulness. To recapture the romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. You already know who this is. I don't need to tell you. You know who I'm talking about. Work on that. There's a lot of love there. Potential of pregnancies also. 4 of Wands, marriage, recommitment, or either meeting new soulmates. Refocus Okay? To book a reading, visit rubyreadstarot.com. I love you guys so much. Thank you for joining me, and I shall catch you again soon.